Saan naman po kayo nakakitang order na gano'n? Eh ako po yung nagpresente. So ako pa pala ngayon ay masasangkot sa falsification dahil sa aking paniwalang totoong sinasabi ng mama na ito, pumunta ka roon kung buwang loob mo, pero panutaryo yan, dagdag na kumpiyansa para sa akin. Ako pang nalintikan, Mr. President. Sumulat po ako sa ating court administrator na sana po ang representasyong ito ay makahingi man lang ng mga samples ng mga dokumento, ng mga notaryong dokumento ng abogada na ating pinag-uusapan. Ginrant po yung aking letter request ng court administrator. Nahingi po kasi ako ng sample, kahit na 3 samples lang po sa bawat buwan mula Enero hanggang Agosto ng 2025. Ang masakit lamang po na nangyari, Mr. President, at gusto ko po bigyan ninyo ng opinion, kung pwede, kung tama ang ginawa ng executive judge. Ang sabi po niya, siya ang magdidesisyon kung ano ang sample na ibibigay sa aking opisina. Do you think, Mr. President, the executive judge committed grave abuse of discretion?
Yes. According to the court administrator, the executive judge submitted 3 samples,
Sample documents.
and that and therefore they deem it as a compliance. Now, if additional documents may be requested, then the court administrator is willing to likewise allow such access to these
Subject to the
documents.
rule on data privacy.
Yes, subject to the rule on data privacy.
Mr. President, ang tinatanong ko po, siya po ba ang magdidesisyon kung aling kopya ang ibibigay sa amin? Kasi po yun ang kanyang desisyon eh. Pinapunta ko po yung aking mga staff doon. 3 sila sapagkat alam ko marami pong dokumento ang nandoon sa kanyang mga notarial books. Eh, mga 8 buwan po ang ating hinihingi. So 3, marami po yun. Ang sabi po ng clerk of court, ng RTC, sinabi raw po ng judge na, I will decide which copy is to be submitted to the office of the senator. Tama po ba yun? Wala po bang kalayaan ang mga staff ko na sila na po ang pumili? Ang balak ko lamang naman po doon na, Mr. President, establish namin, sapagkat alam namin, mayroong kamuka. Sa kalipunan po ng mga dokumentong ninotaryo, makakita lang kami 3 hanggang 10 na kamuka nung pirma na ibinigay kay Gutesa, na-establish namin talaga, hindi si Gutesa ang nameke. Talagang merong pumipirma para sa kanya. That is the only objective, but we were denied. We were denied of that purpose, Mr. President. Doon po ba sa sulat ng Office Administrator, Court Administrator, sinabi po ba niya na ang mamimili po ng sample na ibibigay sa amin ay yung mismong judge? Nakalagay po ba? Nandito po kasi sa akin yung kopya ng sulat ng Office of the Court Administrator granting our letter request.
Yeah, according to the court administrator, the executive judge has custody over notarial documents. Yes, through the OCC.
Office of the Clerk of Court.
Yes, the Office of the Clerk of Court. And therefore, having custody of these notarial documents, they therefore have the authority and discretion to decide which of these notarial documents, if 3 were requested, then they have authority to decide which of the 3. Now, if 20 were requested, or all documents were requested, then there would be no discretion, and this could be made available subject to the law on data privacy.
Mr. President, ang inihingi lang po namin ay yung kalayaang makita namin ang mga dokumento. Para sa ganun po makumpara namin, makita namin mula doon sa mga notarial books niya at sa mga dokumentong ninotaryo kung wala ngang isa man lang doon nakamuka o kagaya nung pumirma o pirma doon sa dokumentong dala-dala ni Gutesa. Yun lang po yung objective eh. Kasi po pagka kinontrol ng judge, nasa kanyang control talaga sapagkat napagtibay nila talaga doon sa kanyang naunang order na hindi nga pirma ng abogado. Naniniwala naman po tayo doon eh. Pangkaraniwan kasi hindi naman yung abogado ang pumipirma eh. So chances are, the one assigned to be there in that office, kung sino man yon, the notary public allowed him or her to sign for her. Sa mga kapatid, hindi talaga pirma niya yon. Kaya po, ang aming objective, kaya ako humihingi ng sample, kaya ako pinapunta yung aking mga staff, para kami na yung humanap, makahanap man lang kami, nakagaya nung pirma na yon. At alam namin, meron kaming makikita. But for the judge to insist that she will be the one to select, natural lang, pipiliin niya yung hindi kagaya nung pirma kay Gutesa. I think that is very understandable, Mr. President.
I share the concern of the good senator, and because of this, I clarified with our court administrator. Actually, access to all the documents, provided that it is under supervision of the clerk of court, your staff this may be granted. Access to all the records, provided that the clerk of court is there to supervise and to monitor the the going through these documents. Good senator.
Ayun na po yung iniisip ko ngayon, Mr. President. Total, nandiyan naman po yung Office of the Court Administrator. Pwede po bang yung mismong libro na ang makita ng mga staff namin mula Enero hanggang September 2025? Ma-examine lamang po.
Yes, according to the court administrator, with proper coordination, access to these documents can be granted, provided that it is under the supervision of the clerk of court and the executive judge. In other words, ilalapag dyan yung mga dokumento, yung notarial book, nariyan si executive judge, nandan ang inyong staff, nandyan yung clerk of court, at pwede pong busisiin itong at i-inspect itong mga libro na ito.
Yun po kasi, Mr. President, ang pinakiusap namin para madali lang at makatulong din naman kami dahil marami namang gawain ng RTC. Nandun po yung 3 staff ko, nakabantay yung clerk of court, titingnan lamang po.
And according to the court of administrator, they will allow such access. Siguro nag-iingat lang yung executive judge at she confined the inspection to the, as requested, 3 documents. But having said that, the court administrator now is saying that yes, access to all these records can be made available upon the request, provided that the executive judge and the clerk of court is there as your staff go through the books and subject to the Data Privacy Act.
So, Mr. President, salamat po ron. Pwede po ba namin i-assume ngayon na kahit bukas, kahit na wala po kaming sulat na po sa Office of the Court Administrator, siguro po kayo na ang magno-notify sa kanila na bukas po ay pupunta po yung mga staff namin para ganun ang gawin natin.
Kahit daw po mamaya, basta office hours, pwede na daw po.
Bukas na po, nakakahiya naman po at nagmamadali tayong masyado. Bukas na po siguro, pinakamaganda na po yun.
Just that there is coordination with the court.
Opo, sana wag naman nilang itago sapagkat baka pag tinago po nila, magkakaroon po tayo ng malaking problema.
Ang ina-assure po tayo ng court administrator na hindi naman daw po dahil naroon lang daw po yun.
Salamat po, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat.
Ito po yung excerpt kasi ng resolution po ng executive judge. Kaya nakakapagbigay po ng iba yung pagdududa sa representasyong ito. Ang pinag-uusapan lang po ron, ang core issue lamang po whether or not pirma niya yun o hindi. At kung kinakailangan maproteksyonan yung integridad ng notarial service. Pero nagpakahaba-haba po yung yung executive judge. To reiterate, sabi niya po, in view of the fact that the sinumpang salaysay contains spurious notarial details. Assuming na mayroon pong kakayahan si Gutesa na siya po ay mag-i-stamp ng ganun. And a forged notary signature, and further considering that the said affidavit was presented during the Blue Ribbon public hearing, this office finds that its presenter, Mr. Gutesa, and all persons who made use of said documents not only introduced the forged and notarized inumpang salaysay, but also actively participated in its falsification. Sana po kayo nakakitang order na gano'n? Ako po yung nagpresente. So ako pa pala ngayon ay masasangkot sa falsification dahil sa aking paniwalang totoong sinasabi ng mama na ito, pumunta ka roon kung buwang loob mo, pero panutaryo yan, dagdag na kumpiyansa para sa akin. Ako pang nalintikan, Mr. President. Sabi pa po niya, the above-mentioned statement is an excerpt from the resolution, and ito po pala, pasensya na po, succinctly, it is an established rule, well buttressed upon reason, that in the absence of a satisfactory explanation when a person has in his possession or control a falsified document and who makes use of the same, the presumption of inference is justified that such person is the forger or the one who caused the forgery and therefore is therefore guilty of falsification. Mr. President, the above statement is an excerpt from the resolution of RTC Manila Executive Judge Carolina Icasiano Sison. The resolution further states that aside from Mr. Gutesa, sabi po niya, all persons who made use of said documents not only introduced the forged and notarized sinumpang salaysay, but also actively participated in its falsification. Yung sinabi ko po kanina. Did the judge abuse her discretion?
Well, according to the court administrator, it is their view that no, because there is a presumption of regularity. And if I may, well, I was listening to the good senator. Sabi kasi absent the facts, absent the evidence to the contrary, no, or information to the contrary. Mukhang based on your explanation now and your narration, mukhang may absent nga dun sa information na which led to that ruling. That is my personal opinion as a lawyer. But according to the court administrator, because there is a presumption of regularity, then there was no abuse of discretion.
Saan po ibinase yung presumption of regularity, Mr. President? All persons who made use of said documents do not only introduce the forged and unauthorized sinumpang salaysay, but also actively participated in its falsification. Tinawag ba niya ako doon o yung mga taong nag-present ng document na yon? Wala po. Ang totoo po niyan, this representation requested a copy of her resolution. Hindi po niya ako binigyan. Ang sinabi po niya, you are not party to the case. Who is party to the case, Mr. President? Ang sabi pa po niya, she gave a copy to the Blue Ribbon Committee. So this representation, nagpakuha po, nag-request sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Sabi ng Blue Ribbon Committee, we have no copy of that resolution. So sino po binigyan niya? Regular po ba yun? Where is the presumption of regularity here? Sabi niya, hindi ako party. Hindi ko naman sinabing party po ako, but party po ako ng Blue Ribbon Committee. And I am a Senator of the Republic. Hindi man lang ako bigyan ng resolution. What is so secret? What is so spectacular about this resolution? Bakit po? Why did she lie na binigyan niya Blue Ribbon Committee only to know that she did that? And then we presume that there is regularity in her action. Why? Mr. President.
Well, according to the court administrator, the executive judge, they would assume knows her responsibilities, is aware of her role, her responsibility, and the authority given to her as custodian of the said documents. And that's where the presumption of regularity of her actions kick in, Mr. President.
Mr. President, the presumption is disputable, isn't it?
Definitely, it's just a presumption.
We are disputing the presumption, Mr. President. Napakarami ko pong sinabi. We were only asking for samples within which to compare the signature in Gutesa's document. Siya pa ang mag-select until we were given now the right to examine all this. We requested for a resolution, a copy of a resolution. Ayaw po niya akong bigyan because I am not a party to it. Who is the party? I checked with the intermediary of Gutesa. Ang sabi ka sa kanyang resolution, meron daw po subpoena kay Gutesa. The family said there was no notice, there was no subpoena that reached our residence. Ito po ang nangyayari. May problema po ba tayo, Mr. President? Dapat po siguro tinutulungan natin ang mga taong nagkukusa para tumulong, para hanapin ang katotohanan. Kahit na malagay sa alanganin, sa panganib ang kanyang buhay. Pero anong nakuha niya? Sino po ngayon ang magnanais pa na lumabas kahit may nalalaman siya na tumulong para matuntun natin kung sino may kasalanan? Walang iniwan sa isang tao na pumunta sa barangay, Mr. President. Nagsumbong. Yung pong taong yun, Mr. Barangay Captain, magnanakaw po yun ang kalabaw. Alam po ninyo kung sino yung diniscredit, kung sino yung inusig. Yung nagsumbong na may magnanakaw ng kalabaw. Yung magnanakaw ng kalabaw, hindi man lang.
Mr. President, I share the frustration of Senator Marcoleta. I remember the case of the ZTE-NBN, wherein the whistleblower ended up being the one convicted. Yes, this is most unfortunate when instances wherein those who are who wish to testify or witnesses suffer such a unfortunate situation.
Mr. President, the Supreme Court time and again has admonished notaries who fully entrusted the notarization process to their office secretaries, like what happened here, and has even deemed it as gross negligence on their part, as in the case of Castelo versus Ching, AC number 11165, February 6, 2017. Ang sabi po ng Korte Suprema ay ganito: gross negligence on the part of a notary public encompasses the failure to observe any of the requirements of a notarial act under the 2004 rules of notarial service, notarial practice, which would result in putting the rights of a person to his liberty or property in jeopardy. This includes, among others, failing to require the presence of the signatories to a notarial instrument and ascertaining their identities through competent evidence thereof, and allowing knowingly or unknowingly people other than notary public himself to sign notarial documents, affix the notarial seal therein, and make entries in the notarial register. This is what exactly happened. This notary public allowed their signature to be signed by others, to use their notarial seal by others, and make entries in the notarial register. Hindi siya mismo. Isipin po niyo yung lugar niya. Pinakunan namin ng litrato. Ano po yung nakapaskel doon sa isang maliit na opisina na yun? Tabi ng kalsada. Dikit-dikit ang mga notarial offices. Alam po ba niyo yung nakalagay na sign? Affidavit. Notarial affidavit. 24/7. So, hindi na natutulog yung abogada ron kung siya nga yung nandun. Ilan na pong mga notaryo publiko ang na-admonish o kaya nasuspindi o kaya nasira, inalis sa notarial practice, Mr. President. Kasi po ang kanilang mga sekretarya na lang o mga staff ang talagang, yun naman po ang nangyayari, kalakaran na po yun eh. I think even the Supreme Court can take judicial notice of this particular industry.
Our apologies, good Senator. I was just clarifying a matter regarding whether or not Attorney Espera
Opo.
did delegate. Of course, that is a accusation or a allegation rather, and if proved to be true, then definitely Espera should be held to account for that, and therefore perhaps one's route should be to ask to have Attorney Espera, the notarial, the notary public, to explain whether or not she in fact did that. Of course,
Kasi po, Mr. President, yung ninotaryohan na kontrata ng PESA, ganun din po yung pirma. Si Attorney... Sino yung Comelec? Sino yung Comelec? Romy Macalintal. Nung makita niya po yung dokumento ni Gutesa na yung pirma ganun, ay kapareho din ito yung mga... Ipinresent nila rito, yung intervenor sa isang barangay. Ang dami po nito. Kapareho din po yun eh. Kaya po, tinatanong ko, ilan na po yung nasuspindi kaya? Ilan na yung na-reprimand? Ilan na yung kinastigo ng Korte Suprema? Baka naman po, mangilan-ngilan lang. Kaya po siguro naging cottage industry na po ito eh. Gaano po tayo kaingat yung pagbabantay sa ganitong mga ginagawa ng ating mga abogadong nagnonotaryo po, Mr. President?
according to the court administrator, marami na raw na suspend, no? Na notary public dahil dito sa ganitong mga hindi tamang mga kilos, at very serious ang Korte Suprema sa ganitong mga usapin when it comes to notarial commissions and such acts, such malpractices.
Gano'n na po kaya karami, Mr. President? Kasi po kung ibabatay natin sa mga notary publics na nagkalat na po, parang mga kabuti na nagsulputan sa napakaraming mga lugar, lalong-lalo na po sa mga mataong lugar. Ganyan lang po sa City Hall po, wag na tayong lumayo, makikita po ninyo yung dikit-dikit na nagnunotaryo na wala po kayong makikitang abogado ron. Yung iba po, itatakbo pa nga sa isa skinita, pagkatapos hintayin mo ako riyan. Pagkatapos mong magbayad ng kaulang halaga, tsaka niya ibabalik sa'yo. Gano'n po karami?
Wala daw po ngayon, right now, ang numero. They will be submitting.
So, Mr. President, ina-assume po natin yung dami po ng nagnunotaryo ngayon na dikit-dikit sa paligid ng mga city halls ng ating bansa. Lahat po ba yon ang pumipirma yung mga abogado?
Under the law and the commission, dapat.
Dapat
Now,
po.
Yes.
Pero sa nangyayari, sa totoong buhay, sila po ba yung nandoon na nagnunotaryo, Mr. President?
Well, dapat din under the law, pero yung realidad,
Hindi po, hindi ba?
maaaring ang merong dinedelegate.
Yun nga po eh. Si Gutesa ay biktima po rito. Siya po yung nabiktima rito. Pero siya ngayon ang kakasuhan ng falsification, ng perjury. Ang tanging kasalanan niya ay lumabas lamang at nagpasya para tulungan ang Estado hanapin kung sino ang utak ng makawalang hiya ang nangyari sa ating bansa.